Will you please raise your right hand for me? You so solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You can have a seat. I will tell you that chair is a little interesting. So you might have to put yourself in there as best you can with all the stuff on your bill, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And you have the opportunity to testify with or without your mask. It's totally up to you. You have that barrier right there. So it's totally up to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. You may proceed, Mr. Chemirmir.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning, Officer Kemp. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Please introduce yourself.
I am Officer Jamaal Kemp, Jamaal Kemp with the Plano Police Department.
How long have you been with the Plano Police Department?
13 years.
And what are your duties there at the Plano Police Department?
I am a patrol officer in the patrol division.
All right, so if I were to live in your area and I called 911 and I need someone to come help me, you might be the guy that shows up and knocks on my door.
Yes.
All right. Part of your duties, do you respond to assist when other officers need someone who's on duty to come and cover for?
Yes, that's correct.
I'm going to direct your attention back to March 19th of 2018. Did you respond to a call at Medical City Plano?
Yes.
Was there already another officer there at Medical City Plano?
Yes.
Who was that?
Officer Franz.
And when Officer Franz was there, Officer Franz was working an off-duty job, basically at Medical City, being like kind of like official security.
Yes.
And he had called you in to take a report from an individual that's there in the hospital.
Yes.
So, did you get to meet a woman by the name of Mary Bartel?
Yes.
Show you State's Exhibit number 32. Is that Ms. Bartel?
Yes, it is.
And what is your role when you go and talk to an individual like this?
To take the initial report.
Once you, and did you talk to her about what had happened to her?
Yes, I did.
After you take that initial report, what do you do with that information?
Once we take the initial report and we find out the information, there are various things we can do. In this situation, I contacted the detective.
Are there times when, in situations like this, where you might be the one that generates the report, writes the whole thing, does the investigation, and turns that in? Other times you would bring in a detective based on the information that you were given?
Yes, that's correct.
Did you notice on Ms. Bartel that she had some red marks on her face, on her nose, and on her chin?
Yes, I did.
And when you, based on the information that you got from her, you said you called the detective. Did the detective show up?
Yes.
Is that Detective Martinez?
Judge, I'm sorry, I'd like the judge to continue leading, Your Honor.
So your objection is leading?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sustained.
All right, tell me who showed up.
Detective Martinez and Detective Jeanette.
And what happens when what happens to the roles when they arrive?
They take over the investigation. I brief them briefly, and then they continue the investigation.
What did you do next?
I then went to the Plano Fire Department and spoke with a fire lieutenant.
Do you know his name?
I do, but I can't pronounce it.
Do you have your report there?
I do.
Can you spell his name for the record?
Yes. Lieutenant LT dot SHAHA, N as in Nancy, D as in David, E Edward, H as in Henry.
So it was not it was the lieutenant on the scene there. It wasn't Fireman Tuck that just testified.
Correct.
And then was that basically continuing the investigation, getting information from the lieutenant?
Yes, that's correct.
And what do you do with that information?
I put that information in my report, and if need be, I can call the detective and let him know what's going on, but ultimately, it ends up in my report.
Judge, at this time, will offer State's Exhibit number 59, which is the medical records for Mary Bartel from the Medical City Plano.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. States number 59 will be admitted.
That's for all purposes, Judge.
It will be admitted for all purposes.
I'll pass witness.
Mary Bartel?
All right. So, may this officer be excused?
Nothing
No
goes.
objection.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. I heard a long pause.
Mayor Bartel?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. Come on, Officer Kemp, how are you?
I'm moving.
So I want to take a look at this report that you used to refresh your memory. Officer Kemp, when did you compile this report?
March 19th, 2018.
After your interaction with Ms. Bartel?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you stated that your coworker or colleague, Officer who, asked you to report or to come up there to the Plano Medical City?
It was Officer Franz that had made the request.
And he was there working kind of basically security for the hospital, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as you appear, so are you the first officer, I guess, on duty to appear and speak to Ms. Bartel?
I believe so, yes.
And when you spoke to Ms. Bartel, isn't it true that she was unable to give you the race of the individual she alleged attacked her?
Yes.
That's all I got.
Anything further from the secretary?
Nothing further, may he be excused?
Yes, Mr. Warren, may we be excused?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, you may step down. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.